My name is Jonathan, and I have suffered from sleep paralysis. I woke up conscious, but unable to move my body. During these moments, I had horrible hallucinations. These episodes were so frequent that I no longer know what was real or not, because once it really slipped. At first, I woke up at night, stuck in my body. I perceived everything around me, but could not move until my body was released. Little by little, this state became more complex. One night, I saw myself standing next to the bed, looking at myself. I was terrified after being released from this state. I decided to consult a psychiatrist. Dr. Berman prescribed me sleeping pills, saying that it would pass with time. He said that there was no special treatment for sleep paralysis, just to improve his habits. Go to bed at the same time, sleeping at the same time, just to improve his habits. Go to bed at the same time, sleeping in a quiet place, and avoiding caffeine before going to bed. I followed his advice, and for a month, it was going pretty well. But everything changed suddenly. One night, I sat on the living room sofa, and it started again. There is not much furniture in my house. I just moved in. Apart from the sofa, there is a TV, a lamp, and a rocking chair. The chair was already there when I arrived. I think it was at the previous tenant. I kept it as a seat in addition. I woke up stuck the same, but this time I did not see myself, and I was not alone. I saw someone sitting in the chair swinging. It was a woman, probably in the 70s. The scariest thing about sleep paralysis is that we know we are awake, but we also see things that do not exist in reality. I knew I was alone in the apartment when I saw this woman sitting in her rocking chair. She did not turn her face towards me and made no noise. She just swung back and forth. This phenomenon occurred every night, but I was sure it was my imagination because as soon as I got out of the trance, the lady disappeared. I talked to my psychiatrist, Dr. Bergman, who also said that it was nothing more than simple hallucinations. I chose to meditate before going to bed because Dr. Bergman said it would help my sleep, and I did it for a few weeks. I almost felt relieved not to have episodes anymore, until one night I had a real nightmare. I had a friend at home, let's call him Matt for the story. Matt and I watched a football game and whistled a few beers. Matt was a little forced on the bottle, so he slept at my place. Around 3 a.m., I heard a heavy breath near me. I open my eyes, and there I see a creepy face leaning on me, staring straight into my eyes. His white and thin hair was everywhere on me. It was the girl who was swinging in the chair. I wanted to scream, but I realized it was a hallucination, and I told myself that it was not real, just my imagination. The woman then spoke to me. "You think I'm not real?" Huh? I was in apnea, unable to breathe under the shock. She got up and started to approach the side of Matt's bed. I saw her move towards my friend with a sinister smile. She approached slowly and leaned on him the same way. Her jaw stretched into a huge, bellowing mouth and began to devour Matt's head. She was eating my friend's head like a python swallowing its prey. The saliva was dripping from her mouth, and Matt's head was there entirely. This salt was an indescribable terror. Her hungry eyes fixed on me as she sucked the life out of my friend. I wanted to run away and save Matt, but I was paralyzed like a living corpse. Suddenly, my alarm clock rang, and I jumped out of bed screaming. Matt woke up in a hurry, and the woman had disappeared. Holy shit, man. What happened? This woman, I fainted. Matt took me to the hospital. The doctors diagnosed a panic attack due to drunkenness. My psychiatrist, Dr. Bergman, was warned, and I spent a week in intensive care. Matt still doesn't know what I saw, and I will never be able to tell him. I moved out since. Before leaving, I asked the owner about the chair. He told me that in the past, it was a mental illness center. They had a lot of violent patients, including one particularly dangerous. It was a 65-year-old woman who could not stand seeing children. She had been hospitalized after attempting to devour a newborn in the hospital. She was said to be possessed. Some thought she was practicing young witchcraft. She spent her days and nights swinging in this chair. After that, I doubt anyone could have stayed in this apartment. But strangely, no one had lived there before I saw this lady. I don't know if I imagined it, because I didn't know anything about her when I started hallucinating. The scariest thing is that I met Matt in a club last week. He was partying with his colleagues. I noticed blue circles on his forehead, which were not there before. When I asked him what had happened, his answer was weird. He took a break, fixed me, and said, I must have fallen off my rocking chair.